The air in Koodathayi was thick with something more than the scent of rain and earth, fear. It clung to the village, a sinister echo of the tragedies that had unfolded over the years. A place where life moved at a slower pace, where everyone knew their neighbors, now held its breath. Death had visited too many times, each time leaving behind a chilling question. Was it just fate, or something far more sinister? Koodathayi, a seemingly ordinary village nestled in the heart of Kerala, India, became synonymous with a chilling tale of betrayal, greed and cold-blooded murder. What began as whispers of misfortune soon spiraled into a horrifying revelation. A string of deaths spanning over a decade were not isolated incidents but meticulously planned murders. The picturesque facade of the village hid a darkness that would shock the nation. This wasn't just a story about death. It was about the darkness that can lurk within the human heart, the insatiable hunger for wealth and the lengths one woman would go to claim it all. The Koodathayi cyanide murders, as they came to be known, weren't just a local tragedy. They were a stark reminder that evil could bloom even in the most unexpected places. 2002. It began with Anima Thomas, the family matriarch. Her death, attributed to natural causes at the time, marked the start of a horrifying saga. Then, in 2008, Tom Thomas, Anima's son, met an untimely end, followed by his death 3 years later. The family, already grappling with grief, was torn apart. But death wasn't done with them yet. 2014 saw the demise of Matthew Manchadil, a relative who had married into the family. Then, in 2016, the seemingly cursed family was struck twice. Sidi, Tom Thomas's wife, became the next victim, followed by her 2-year-old daughter, Alphine. 6 deaths, 14 years. A horrifying pattern emerged, one that couldn't be ignored. The once quiet whispers of suspicion grew louder, demanding answers. The villagers, bound by fear and suspicion, looked at each other with uncertainty. Was there a killer in their midst? Anima Thomas, the family matriarch, was the first to fall. A woman of quiet strength, she was the glue that held her family together. Her sudden death left a void, but little did they know it was only the beginning. Tom Thomas, her son, a successful businessman, was the next target. A loving husband and father, his death shook the family to its core. Roy Thomas, Tom's brother, met a similar fate, leaving behind a young family grappling with the loss. Matthew Manchadil, who married into the family, also became a victim, his life tragically cut short. Silly, Tom Thomas's wife, was the epitome of grace and resilience. She bore the family's tragedies with strength, unaware that she was next in line. And then little Alphine, barely old enough to understand the world, became the youngest victim, her life cruelly snatched away. The investigation, fueled by mounting suspicion and undeniable patterns, zeroed in on an unlikely suspect, Jolly Joseph, Tom Thomas's wife. Outwardly, Jolly was the picture of a grieving widow, her demeanor calm and collected. But behind her facade hid a chilling secret, a web of deceit spun with meticulous care. The motive? Property. With each death, Jolly stood to inherit a larger share of the family's assets. Her greed knew no bounds, fueled by an insatiable desire for wealth and status. The more the investigators dug, the clearer her involvement became. Witnesses came forward, revealing inconsistencies in her alibis and suspicious behavior. The pieces of the puzzle were falling into place, painting a horrifying picture of a woman driven by avarice and capable of unimaginable cruelty. Section 5, A Taste of Death, Cyanide Poisoning. Cyanide, a deadly poison that acts with terrifying speed, became Jolly's weapon of choice. Its ability to kill swiftly and leave minimal trace made it the perfect tool for her sinister plan. It is believed that Jolly laced her victims' food or drinks with cyanide, ensuring a quick and silent death. The symptoms, often mistaken for common ailments, would manifest rapidly. Dizziness, weakness, and rapid breathing, soon followed by convulsions and loss of consciousness. Death would come quickly, leaving behind little evidence and a family shattered by grief. The choice of poison revealed a chilling premeditation, a calculated move to inflict a swift and silent death, leaving no room for suspicion, or so she thought. Section 6, Seeds of Doubt. The investigation begins. The investigation into the Koodathayi deaths didn't begin with the first death. It wasn't until Rojo Thomas, Tom Thomas's son from his first marriage, refused to believe the string of natural deaths plaguing his family that the truth began to surface. Haunted by the suspicious nature of his father's death, Rojo embarked on a relentless pursuit of justice. He meticulously gathered evidence, poring over financial records, exhuming bodies for forensic examination, and urging authorities to reopen the cases. His unwavering determination, fueled by grief and suspicion, finally caught the attention of the police. The wheels of justice, though slow, had been set in motion. Section 7. Public outrage and media frenzy. As details of the Koodathayi murders emerged, a wave of shock and outrage swept across Kerala and beyond. The story, with its chilling blend of family drama, greed and cold-blooded murder, became a media sensation. Newspapers splashed the story across their front pages, television channels aired round-the-clock coverage, and social media platforms buzzed with discussions, theories and condemnations. The public was captivated by the case, their fascination fueled by the sheer audacity of the crimes and the seemingly ordinary demeanor of the accused. The Koodathayi murders became a chilling reminder that darkness could lurk beneath the surface of even the most unassuming individuals. The case, with its shocking revelations, struck a chord with people, igniting debates about family dynamics, greed and the failure of law enforcement to connect the dots sooner. Section 8. The Trial and the Turning Tides. The trial of Jolly Joseph and her alleged accomplices began in March 2023, marking the start of a long and arduous legal battle. The prosecution, armed with forensic evidence, witness testimonies, and a compelling narrative, presented a strong case against the accused. The defense, however, maintained their client's innocence, attempting to poke holes in the prosecution's theory and raise doubts about the evidence presented. As the trial progressed, however, the tide seemed to turn. Several key witnesses, initially supportive of the prosecution's case, turned hostile, retracting their earlier statements or claiming they were coerced by the police. This unexpected development threw a wrench into the prosecution's strategy, casting a shadow of uncertainty over the outcome of the trial. Section 9. Justice delayed, justice denied. The Koodathayi cyanide murders, a saga of betrayal, greed and chilling premeditation, continue to grip the nation's conscience. As the trial unfolds, the question remains, will justice be served? The prosecution faces an uphill battle, navigating through retracted statements, hostile witnesses, and the intricate web of deceit woven by the accused. The families of the victims, still reeling from the loss and betrayal, wait with bated breath for a verdict that could bring them a semblance of closure. The Koodathayi murders serve as a stark reminder of the darkness that can reside within the human heart and the devastating consequences of unchecked greed. The nation watches, waits, and hopes that justice, though delayed, will ultimately be served.